Welcome back to the Beige Flag Podcast.
The Beige Flag.
We're here this week with me, Haley, and our great co-host, Adam. Say hi.
Hi everyone. What did you take?
What do you mean?
Okay, anyways, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I was doing great until the holidays came around and everybody around me is so sad, and then it's just causing me an issue because usually I'm the sad one that has all these issues, and I vent to people, now people are venting to me, and I can't handle all of it.
Why are people sad at the holidays?
Turns out people are sad because it gives them anxiety around the holidays.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah, but
so they're complaining to you?
they're complaining to me. They're all just in a bad mood. They're annoyed at all times. They just don't want to be in a nice mood when I call them or talk to them. Everybody's just like, I'm just sad. And I'm like, it's probably one of the most happiest times of the year because nobody wants to work. Every email I send gets answered back in 2 to 3 days.
Okay.
So I don't really understand. Oh, maybe then I read a report. It's because there's people, they have to do gift giving. So they have to do it's cash issues. They have to travel to family, which is another. They have to buy flights, hotels, and then just have to go spend time with family for an extended period of time, which I think can bring up a lot of anxiety.
Yeah, I think also at our age, 20s, I feel we're at the point where the holidays have kind of lost a little bit of their magic and they're becoming a little bit more stressful for us, and then also we don't have kids or anything. So I feel a lot of people say when you have kids or kids around you and your family that it's you're experiencing the joy of the holidays through their eyes.
Really?
Yeah, you're trying to make it special for them so you feel the specialness again.
Oh, see, this is why I'm naturally sad throughout the year. So whenever there's a period to be happy, I'm just I don't feel it.
So are you just saying you're always sad?
I'm always sad. I'm like the Hulk.
Or Eeyore?
Which one is Eeyore?
He's from Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, the donkey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have an
interesting.
picture or sticker on my Orca card.
Have you seen the Winnie the Pooh where he's actually a killer?
What?
It's a horror movie on Peacock where it's
Peacock?
Yeah, it's a Halloween movie where he ends up becoming this him and all his posse are killers.
That's weird.
Yeah,
Do you kill other animals?
No, humans.
What?
They go around murdering people.
That's so strange.
You should watch it.
I really don't want to watch it.
You don't want to watch Winnie the Pooh?
As pure as possible.
Okay.
Dang. Alright. I think that means we need to jump into the episode. No more small talk. I think we have a good topic of the episode, though.
What's the topic?
Well, first, it's been a little while since we've heard from you on new dates, ice cream dates, speed dates, anything like that. Have there been any new dates recently?
No new dates besides the one I visited in New York. So it's been 5 weeks now. I haven't been on a new date. I haven't talked to a new person. I barely swipe on Hinge anymore.
So what does that mean?
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm just conflicted about these two people.
Two girls?
Yeah, sure, girls, Martians, whatever you want to call them.
Who are they?
Sure. What else are we going to talk about on this podcast? We're not going to talk about...
Okay, say two people I'm interested in. Two girls, two women, I don't know.
Okay. So sure, it's going to be talk about... Yeah, so it's two girls I'm interested in, and the issue is both of them are going to might be out of my life within the next 6 months. But I really like both of them. But both of them I really get along with them. But at the same time, I don't know if I can see them long term with them, myself with them.
Okay, so let's dive in. So there's two girls.
Yeah.
Are they both in Seattle?
One's in Seattle, one's in New York City.
Ooh, all right. Okay, so can we give them some code names?
Sure. We picked up, right? So New York girl is Fiji.
Yes.
And then let's name Seattle girl Lisa.
Lisa. Okay, Lisa and Fiji.
Yeah.
So how long have things been going on with Lisa?
I would say 2 months now.
Okay. And so did that start with an ice cream date?
It did start with an ice cream date, and then it went to a pizza date, and then it's just been like frequent dates once a week since then. Get along really well. She like laughs at all my jokes, which I don't think like. Well, actually,
That's a little sus.
I know she punches me on half my jokes, punches my shoulder. She goes like,
Also a little sus.
she goes like, that was stupid, and then punches me. So
Okay, so you're in an abusive situation.
I wouldn't call it abusive situationship. I would say a situationship where she just like calls me out right away.
Okay,
Well, yeah.
No, that's fun.
Yeah, but in a very physical way.
Yeah, I guess to each their own. So, what are like your 3 favorite things about her?
The fact that she's so chill at all times. Like every time, whenever we hang out with my friends on the extended group, gets along perfectly well. And then second thing I would say, like her and I have a lot of similar interest in watching like what we want to watch on TV, and I'm like I love watching TV a lot, love movies, and her and I interest. And number 3 is like our sweet tooth.
Okay, I feel like those are 3 things you have in common.
Oh, so 3 things I like about her.
Yeah.
I would say her sense of humor.
Okay, because it's yours.
Yes.
Okay.
The way she goes about life.
What does that mean? That's very broad.
I feel like since I'm the dad of my group, she's the mom of her friend group.
Aww.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like I'm like,
You already have a family.
yeah, exactly. And whenever we go out with you guys, we have to make sure all our children get home safe.
Fair enough. Okay.
And then third, I would say is just like, I think her kindness would be another one.
Yeah, I think that's something I've definitely picked up on from you. It's
Yeah.
just feeling like very,
Giving, yeah.
very like safe with her.
Yeah, I feel very safe at her. I don't feel like she's gonna like trample my heart in a million pieces and run away. But the thing is, she's on like a short-term assignment, so she's gonna be leaving in like the next 4 or 5 months.
Okay, so have you guys talked about that at all?
No, we're trying to like avoid that subject like the plague.
Hey.
And then I think I intentionally started hanging out with her more because I knew she was gonna go away.
Okay, I think this is a really good topic because I know a ton of people that pick relationships or situationships with like an expiration date.
Exactly.
Like it's only going to go for this long, it can only go for this long. And I think that's super common for people in our age range who don't want to be alone, who don't want to be single, but who also like have some stuff they need to work through. And so they pick people that it's going to end. And it's not going to be on either person to end it.
Okay.
So, okay, I think that's a really good topic to come back to. But I want to hear about the other situationship first.
Okay, so the other situationship, as we talk about, is this girl that I went to see in New York City. Really good first date, ended up lasting 12, 14 hours, right? And then I came back, and we've been talking ever since. We talk almost every day on the phone, at least once a day.
Okay.
And then,
Big commitment.
yeah, that is a big commitment. But here's the thing. I feel like both of us are tiptoeing around the conversation of if we like each other or not. We treat each other more like bros than most things.
Okay.
But the way she like acts around me, I wouldn't like talk to any of my friends about like stuff like that, or just like I think she wants my attention most days, but she wants me to be there. But at the same time, she talks about like me going on other dates or like me trying to date other people because we talk about our lives. So I just don't know when she says things like that. I don't know where her head's at, or she's just trying to mess with me.
Huh. Okay, that's interesting. I feel like that could mean a few different things.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, it's either clearly like she's putting you in the friend zone, like, but I don't think you've talked to someone you're putting in the friend zone like every single day on the phone.
Maybe
That's a big commitment.
Oh, really?
I mean, for me, I don't know about.
But see, we were just talking about this. Sometimes I forget you're a girl.
Yeah.
Like you were talking.
You clarify that because.
Okay, so just to clarify. we were driving over to come to the apartment to film the pod. And Haley was going on and on and on for 5 minutes about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift and all their romance and how cute he was. He traveled all the way to Argentina to just give her, like, to attend her concert on his bye week. And she went on, and I'm like, Haley, sometimes I forget you're a girl. And Haley goes like, me too.
Anyway.
Going back. Yeah, but going back to...
So anyways, I think either friend zoning or she's pretty into you and she's trying to, like, play games. You know what I mean? And say, like, oh, yeah, go and date her. And then she's going to get mad at you for that.
Oh, really? Do you think that? So maybe what I should do is actually go on a date. And then when she texts me, like, usually I should plan the date around the time that she calls me. And then I go on the date. When she calls me and I go like, oh, she goes like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm on a date. Or you think it's too childish? I'm like looking at your face. It just doesn't seem...
I think it's very childish, and also you could do this whole plan without having to actually go on a date.
But like, like I'm like a method actor. I have to be in it.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you the same question though. What are your 3 favorite things about her?
Okay. For her, it's her sense of humor.
Okay. Sensing a theme.
2 is, I think it's also like she acts all this up front. Like, she's like very put together, but she goes like, I feel like, or she's like this really tough exterior, but like once you get to know her, she's like this super warm and like loving person.
Okay.
And number 3 about her, I would say like, it's just like the way she makes me feel around her.
Okay. Can you like describe how you feel around her?
It feels exciting. Like with the first girl, I feel like I'm happy to hang around. It's fun and like I feel very safe. But it's 2 is just because the fact that she play games with me makes me like keep guessing on what she's gonna do. I think that's a toxic trait.
Who, Lisa or Fiji?
Fiji.
Fiji plays the games.
Yeah.
Okay. So it makes you think what's her next move?
Yeah, and I feel like that keeps me on my toes. Keeps things a little exciting, right? You need a little bit of toxicity in your life.
What is that saying that's like...
you know what happened on Saturday?
Felt like butterflies at first.
Really?
Like red flags felt like butterflies at first.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is what people usually end up saying, like, after they've gotten out of these relationships about, like, those games.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it felt like butterflies at first, but that's really just because they made me feel so insecure.
Interesting. Anyways, she does. Yeah, but I tell her to her face, like, you do have a lot of, you are a walking red flag. That's why I wouldn't date you.
Okay, so you tell her you're not going to date her, so then what's the deal?
No, I don't tell her I'm not going to date her. I just tell her, like, oh, yeah, that's why we can't be together. And that's why she goes, like, definitely.
Is that not the same thing? We can't be together, and I'm not going to date you?
I think it's different because then we both agree on the second part. It makes her seem like... And then both of us are trying to keep our heart safe so it doesn't get broken into a million pieces. And also, because she's 3,000 miles away, it can't be broken into a million pieces because at the end of the day, she's just a stranger who lives 3,000 miles away.
Okay, but she's not a stranger. You talk every day on the phone.
I know.
You flew out to meet her.
Yeah, I'm probably...
invested a good amount of time into her.
Yes,
so
and...
what's the end game there? Like, is there an
I don't know.
expiration date, or is it just
maybe they're...
keeping at a distance?
I don't know, because... maybe at the end of the day, I feel like it will, like, fizzle out, right? Or maybe it wouldn't. I don't... Like, there's so much uncertainty, and it bothers me because... I don't know where I am, and I don't know if I want to date someone right now or seriously. Whenever I get close now to like finding my person, I just try to run in the other direction.
Yeah, or make it very clear, like, this couldn't work because she lives 3,000 miles
Yeah.
away, or this couldn't work because she's leaving in a few months.
I know, and I'm trying to find an excuse to get out of it.
Okay, if there weren't these excuses, do you think that either of these people...
Both of them, yeah, I could see long term with both.
Interesting.
But
What would it take for you to, like, go all in on one? and like pull the trigger and be in a relationship?
Well, this pod to take off, so I don't have to do this every week anymore. So.
So me to stop telling you have to go on more dates.
So I could commit
So
to
everyone share this podcast
As much as you-
comment, subscribe.
make this the biggest
So that
dating.
Adam can find out.
I know, and then we can like shift this from this podcast.
I'll get kicked off.
No, we could like turn this. You could be the director and producer for my marriage because have you ever seen a Pakistani wedding? It's so grand. You could film all parts of it.
That's true.
You could, like-
Director and producer though is your mother. She is like the day you were born.
How about you just become the host, like the person at the red carpet who interviews everyone? So what are you wearing today? How do you know Adam?
Okay, I could do that. Yeah, the Emma Chamberlain of
Yeah.
the Adam Tahir wedding.
Yeah, you could be the Emma Chamberlain. Yep, exactly.
Okay.
So anyway, so back to Fiji and Lisa. At the end of the day, I don't think it's gonna work out with anyone because one's 3,000 miles away, the second is leaving in 6 months. So then it's gonna put me back at square one, and that's also causing me anxiety.
So what is gonna happen though with? Let's start with Lisa. She's gonna leave.
She's gonna leave.
And
She might just leave the
that's gonna be it.
country.
That's gonna be cold turkey. You're done.
Probably
You're
because
not gonna talk. You're not gonna.
maybe we talk.
I mean, you're in a situationship with someone a long ways away right now. So what's the difference?
I guess like because the second one began as a long distance already, so it was easier to continue and like keep doing it. For the first one, it was just like we were so close and we would hang out so often. It doesn't make sense to keep on doing it. It's just like a very weird way of thinking inside my head right now.
Okay, so map it out for me. Like, if this situationship with Lisa continues until she leaves,
Yeah.
like, what does that look like for you? Are you gonna be like heartbroken? Are you?
Probably I'll be sad because then I don't have the friend I was talking to all this time.
I know. So it will be like a breakup.
It might as well be a big breakup.
So why don't you make it official for those 6 months? And-
Why? Because it's already gonna end.
Yeah. I mean, I get that.
And then like just close all my options. Or
You
like,
make a good point.
I know.
But are you really open to other options right now?
Not really. I'm not like actively looking. I should be, but I'm not. Like I don't want to like. I feel
Because
like
you're content. Like that part of you is
yeah,
fulfilled.
my heart is filled right now,
Yeah.
and I'm like super content. But at the same time, I have this undergrowing anxiety that this is gonna end, and I'm gonna like be back to square one where I was last year at the beginning of this year. It's gonna be the same part, and that's scary because then I'm like, okay, next year I've turned 29, which is 1 year from turning 30.
Yeah, that is stressful.
And I have no prospects on the horizon then. So then, besides this podcast, which is my baby right now.
Okay, so you continue to date her till she leaves. Then what about Fiji?
I think Fiji's gonna leave the country too. She said she's trying to like go get a rotation with her company in another country.
Okay.
So I think we are gonna go back to square one. It is it. This is it.
Okay, so when you go back to square one and you start over again and you're going to
I don't think I will like start going on dates as much because I feel like one, I've been burned out by going on all these dates, right? Two, it's expensive and all my money's in the podcast.
okay.
Do you think these likes are cheap, Haley? How much have you contributed to these?
I'm the talent.
Okay, sure. Tell yourself that until you get booted off. What I'm saying is I need to like figure out what I'm really good at so that I could like develop that skill set to like set me up for life. Besides being a great podcast
you don't think
host.
that's like a both and? Like you can't do that
No.
and also
In my mind, that's how now it works. It's just like you either are content and you live what you're making, or you're not content at all and that drives you to make something of yourself. I think that's just a really bad, unhealthy way of thinking, but that's how my brain works.
I think that you're thinking of a relationship as something like you have to win. Like something that you have to I mean, you do have to put work and effort into a relationship, but I think that like when you are in a good, solid relationship, it should be a partnership, and that person should like propel you forward into all of those other things that you're talking about.
Interesting. But like, okay, so this is what happens usually when I get like start hanging out with some person. They want to hang out with me, and then when we hang out, we do something, right? We're doing an activity together. I feel like so when you hang out with someone, you just hang out, and then I feel like guilty of not completing my task. Like on the weekends, I'm usually editing the pod or like editing clips or like working on something else for the pod or coming up with ideas. Then sometimes I'll take a break on Saturday or Sunday, and then Monday I feel so guilty and then I don't want to talk to that person for the day because I'm just like, oh, I missed out on a whole day of work because of you. You know how stupid that sounds?
What do your therapists have to say about that? I think that I feel like that's contributing to your approach to dating as to why you feel like you need these expiration dates and stuff, because you need everything to be structured and compartmentalized and like not something that you're not going to let your walls come down. You're not going to let your guard down. You're not going to let yourself fall.
Yeah, and it's just like
it's all too mental for you.
It's also not that easy to just like give yourself a break like that and just feel like, oh, I can maybe take a break and like maybe I can do this, because also it's a relationship, it's another human being, and it's just like so many variables that go along with it.
Adam's gonna go back to therapy, and he's also gonna tell us what did we call this segment? Dating term of the week.
Oh, dating term of the week. Oh yeah, it's the term called gaslighting.
What is that?
You have never heard of gaslighting?
I've never heard of gaslighting.
Oh, so it's like, Haley, why is your shirt green?
It's not.
What are you talking about? It is green.
No, it's not.
It matches exactly the pillow color.
Oh my god, you're so right. Okay.
So that's like a very minor version of gaslighting. It's just like when you try to make the other person seem that it's all in your head, or why you're doing this way, why you're acting this way. And it's like same as what we talked about piggy banking. Right? When they go like, hey, why aren't you like putting any effort? And then the person goes like, what are you talking about? I got you flowers 6 weeks ago. And it's all in your head.
So they know that they're like pulling back or something, but they're telling you they're not, and so their actions aren't matching their words.
Exactly. Or sometimes they'll be like, you'll be driving with them, and if you find a lipstick from someone else's underneath the seat, and you go like, whose lipstick is this? And the person will be like, it is yours. What are you talking about? And then they keep saying, like, I don't wear this. And you go like, what are you talking about? You got this. Remember when we went shopping the other day? And then it makes you seem like you're crazy. Have you seen Shutter Island? It's how Leonardo DiCaprio feels in that movie.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Treasure Island, but...
I know, you haven't seen most movies.
Yeah, I know.
And you're in a relationship with someone who loves movies.
I'll catch up.
Eventually.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, well, wow. Thank you for enlightening me.
I know
I've
that.
never experienced that or
Yeah.
done that or...
We did gaslighting and mansplaining in the same hour.
And whatever I'm doing.
It's called sarcasm, Hilly, sarcasm.
Sarcasm. Okay, we can explain that word next time.
Yeah, so final concept, I think we should talk about dating advice for the week.
Okay, I don't know if you're qualified after this episode to give any sort of dating advice. But let's hear it. And okay, you give it, and then I will translate it into something that people could actually use.
So, number one, if you're thinking of getting into a relationship, don't. This is your cue.
Okay. You're gonna ignore that?
Okay, so to be honest, learn from my mistakes. I talk about this, so you don't do this on your own, right? I'm talking about this. I'm assuming someday in the future somebody's gonna like stitch this and like make fun of me for saying all of this stuff right now, on how I was acting like.
Hopefully you.
Yeah, probably me, or a robotic me, or an AI me. Anyways, so back to the point. don't act the way I'm doing. If you like really like someone and if you feel like you can see them, like, see yourselves long term with someone, just go for it. No matter how much you think that there's like so many issues to have where you so many things that go wrong or you're not 100% compatible, just give it a chance. And at the end of the day, you'll learn something new from that person, right? If not, like, you'll probably learn something and move on, and you'll be better the next time someone comes along.
And you learn something about what you do want and what you don't want.
Yeah, exactly. So no matter how much you try to ignore me, like me, and like say you try to find an excuses or get an expiration date on a dating relationship, there will never be a great time to date or be with someone. There will always be life in the way.
Okay, and Adam's going to start taking his own advice, because that was actually pretty solid.
I know. See, those who can teach.
And on that...
We'll see you next week. Right. Okay, bye.